2, 1.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our virtual open house. My name is Ryan Hughes. I'm the principal of Churchill High School, and we're really happy that you've made some time this evening to join us. We have a short presentation for you, and a few of our teachers and our parent council are going to have a chance to chat with you as well, and then we'll have some time at the end for some questions and answers. So once again, welcome for joining us. And if you do have questions, you can please put them into the Q&A, and that will go to our moderator, who will be able to get them up to us as we go forward. So I'm going to try right now to share my screen, and we will continue to go. So once again, welcome to our virtual open house. These events seem to be so common these days. I guess there are some benefits on a night when it's really slippery outside. We've been at school all day, but we hear it's very slippery out. So the benefit of being able to sit at home and enjoy getting some information about our school, which we're really proud and happy to share with you. So once again, so I'm going to chat a little bit about the history of our school and just the setting that we have here at Churchill High School. So many of you will be aware that our school is located in the South Osborne area of Winnipeg. It's very centrally located, lots of really good bus routes very close by, and we're very fortunate to be right along the Red River, which allows for lots of opportunities for outdoor education and those types of activities. A little bit of history regarding our school and our setting. So up till last year, we had 2 schools within one building. So we had Churchill High School, which was our English program, and then we also had Collège Churchill, which was our French milieu. Both schools were from grade 7 to 12, and they were ran as 2 separate schools within one building. Now, to say that they were 2 separate schools is not quite accurate, because it's been a long-standing partnership between the 2 schools for many of the activities and courses that are offered. Last year, the Winnipeg School Division made the decision to blend the schools together so that we become one school with 2 distinct and unique programs rather than 2 schools within one building. So we are still 2 distinct programs. We have a French program, French milieu, and we also have our English program. And they both run from grade 7 to 12, and they are both located within the building. And I am now the principal of the full school, and we are very fortunate to have 2 very capable vice principals, one who is French speaking, who works out of our French office, and then our other English speaking vice principal works upstairs in the main office. So that's a little bit just to dispel some of the confusion that may be out there regarding the 2 schools. The entry point for most students to come into our school is at grade 7, and so that will be the majority of our presentation tonight will be tailored on recognizing that very important transition that students make at that time. We also know that students may be planning to join us at the end of grade or beginning of grade 9, and so if there are questions related to that, we encourage you to put those into the chat as well, and we will do our best to get to those questions either tonight or by email. So once again, we really welcome everyone here this evening. We're very proud to be able to share a little bit about our school. So as I mentioned, we do have 2 very strong academic programs here at the building. We have our French Milieu Center, which is a very unique program. We are the only milieu high school setting within the Winnipeg School Division. And what makes the milieu different and unique from a regular French immersion program is that we require that students have 21 credits in French language instruction rather than the 14 that is required for a normal French immersion diploma. That ensures that we have a center of our school or a whole wing of our school is dedicated to French language. We have a dedicated office with French speaking staff in that office. Our vice principal works out of that area, as well as our clerical staff dedicated to that area. We have French announcements, and we do our best to ensure that as much French is spoken as possible, because we know that that is the best learning environment for students to learn the French language through their academic studies. So it's been a very successful school on its own, but we're very happy now that we're joined together and we're able to blend together to bring the best of both together to offer those to students. So one of the things that's happened this year, as we started the blending, is students who are involved in the collège program, the French milieu, are able to start taking choice courses, mainly options, within the English program as well. And we'll get to that a little bit more when we talk about our shared programming that exists from grade 7 to grade 12. We also have our English program, which is also a grade 7 to 12 program. Within our English program, we have a dedicated middle year staff that are really focused on the grade 7 and 8 learners as they come into our building, as they transition from elementary into middle years and then on to high school. Within the English program as well, we are very proud to have a wide range of inclusion support programming that really supports the learning needs of many students. In the last couple of years, we've also been able to add advanced placement courses at the end of high school. So the way that we run our advanced placement is at the end of grade 12 courses. So if a student, as an example, finishes their grade 12 pre-cal, they're able to take advanced placement calculus at the end of their school career. And that's really the model that is in place for advanced placement, and we're continuing to build on that programming as we go. For shared programming, this has been in place for many years at our school. Both schools have always accessed the performing arts and the practical arts and our extracurricular activities. All students in grades 7, 8, and 9 do take practical arts. They have a range of options, including foods, clothing, woods, and graphics, and students rotate through those throughout the year. Our performing arts program offers band, guitar, choir, visual art, and drama. And our extracurricular activities are wide and varied, just like any high school, and we have lots of different sports teams, different clubs, performances, art shows, and student government options for students to be involved with as they make their way through our school. So the nice thing about those programs is that it's a shared opportunity for students to spend time together in our school environment. We also have some programming that is very unique to College Churchill High School, and one of those is the Churchill Hockey Academy. So we have students that join us from across Winnipeg to be part of this very unique program. The students involved in that program have an opportunity to hear more about it at our next meeting at 7:30 this evening. But it does allow students to have a very, very unique activity where they spend first part of their morning at the arena, and then they join the school for the remainder of the day and are able to get involved in the school on all sorts of levels. For the past 3 years, we've also been home to the North Star Prep basketball program, which is a program for students who are really focused on high-level basketball programming, and they are looking for opportunities to play at the post-secondary level. So that's another unique program to our school that isn't anywhere else in Manitoba. And new for this year is that we are planning to offer a Churchill Softball Academy, which follows the same model as our Hockey Academy, but starts in grade 9. So that is a new program, and more information will be coming on that in the next couple of weeks. So we'll be reaching out to the families that are interested in that coming up, because that's very, very new through our superintendents. So that's a very brief overview of our school. We're going to have a quick video, then we're going to hear from teachers from the range of programs that we have. We're very happy to have our parent council chair here as well this evening, and then we'll have some time for some questions at the end. So at this time, I'm going to attempt to change from sharing this screen to sharing the video screen. So we'll have another view of the school through that, and you'll be able to see the different areas of our school. All right. Give me one moment here, and I will share this screen. Oops, my apologies. Our producer would be upset that when I rehearsed this, I missed that one step, but I've done it now. All right, here's a short video regarding our school.
Bienvenue, welcome to College Churchill High School. College Churchill High School is centrally located in the South Osborne area of Winnipeg, Manitoba, along the scenic banks of the Red River. In recent years, students from across Manitoba have chosen to attend our school. Please join us as we virtually tour our school and explore the many unique opportunities that we offer. College Churchill High School has a long tradition of providing a high-quality education to the South Osborne community and beyond. Our motto of pride and tradition and fierté et tradition continues today as we offer innovative programming in both English and French. College Churchill's high school academic programming offers two distinct programs. We offer an English program and a French Milieu Immersion program for students in grades 7 to 12. There are many programs and initiatives offered jointly to students in both language programs. Our small school atmosphere allows students to experience an intimate, smaller school experience, where they quickly establish a great connectedness with staff who can better support their learning. Our French Milieu Center offers programming in French immersion and is the only Milieu high school program in the Winnipeg School Division. Our French Milieu Center immerses students in the French language. This program has its own designated hallway, office, and bilingual staff. We try to immerse students in the language from classroom instruction to daily announcements. The Milieu setting and curriculum helps to ensure that students have an excellent understanding of the French language, with most of the academic instruction being offered in French. French immersion students access many optional courses, including practical arts, performing arts, and other options available through our English program. Students enrolled in our Milieu program graduate with a minimum of 21 credits in French language instruction. This language program creates a positive small school feel where students and staff develop strong learning partnerships. Our English program offers a range of course selections and options. Students may choose courses and options that best fit their learning interests and goals. Performing arts and practical arts courses offer instruction that complements our academic programming. Advanced placement classes are offered in higher level subjects such as AP Calculus. In our middle school, we have staff dedicated to our grades 7 and 8 students. These teachers are very experienced in supporting students as they transition from the elementary school to middle school, then to high school. Through our middle school model, we provide a supportive learning environment required for this stage of the educational journey. Our English program also incorporates a wide range of inclusion support classes, programs, and staff to ensure the learning needs of all students are met within our school. College Churchill High School offers unique programming that includes the Churchill Hockey Academy, the Churchill Softball Academy, and is also the home to the North Star Preparatory Basketball Academy. These sport programs allow students to further develop their specific interests while connecting their passion to the educational experience. College Churchill High School understands and supports the development of the full school experience that extends beyond the classroom. Our school offers a range of extracurricular activities to further enhance student school experience. We offer a full range of inter-school sports teams, many special interest clubs, along with performing arts opportunities. All students find their place at College Churchill High School. We take pride in our supportive environment that encourages student achievement and growth. For more information, please visit our website or contact our guidance counselors. Thank you for joining us on our virtual tour.
Hello, everyone. So I'm, if you don't know me, or you likely most of you don't, my name's Carmen Arnold, and I am one of the middle years teachers here at College Churchill High School. So I teach grade 7 English and social studies. And I'm here to talk a little bit about how we do things from the middle years perspective, as well as some of the ways that we help students with academics and help them to transition from that elementary kind of model into the middle years model, and then moving on into high school as well. So despite the fact that we are called College Churchill High School, and we are still a 7 to 12 school, and so our students who are in middle years do not necessarily just plunge right into a high school model. but rather we really try to help them transition and move their way out of elementary and into the high school model when they reach grade 9. As we know that most of our students come to us in grade 7 from a K to 6 school, or perhaps even a K to 8 school. So we do this by sort of adjusting their schedule and helping them to make that transition. So for example, for their core classes of ELA, social studies, math, and science, we do those during 2-hour-long blocks. So they have one block in the morning and one block in the afternoon. And this really is great for us because it allows us to have a lot of flexibility. So we would have English and social studies together and then math and science together. And this allows for a lot of cross-curricular instruction, but also mixing between the two subject matters. And it also offers us some great flexibility for our students. So if we need a little bit more time to go over something, if students need more time to work on a project one day, because we have these longer blocks, we are really able to mix it up and meet the students based on their needs rather than go, oh no, the time is up, we're out of time, we need to move to the next period. So this is how we do our core subject areas. And then for one of those sections, whether it's math or science or ELA and social studies, each child is given a homeroom teacher and a homeroom class so that they have sort of a go-to person to meet with whenever they're in the school, should they need anything. And that's just another way that we help them to kind of transition as they're coming in. So for their other classes, every other day they would also have a phys ed class, and then they would also have some arts programming on the other days. So that might be visual arts, music, band, choir, guitar. And what they do is they actually get to alternate through the different programs. And this is also true for our practical arts programming. So once a cycle, the students get to participate in a practical art. So this might be graphics or sewing, cooking, or woods. And the nice thing about this is they really get in the middle years to try a little bit of everything at our school. So this way, when they do go into grade 9 and they have to choose their subject areas for their electives, they've kind of had a chance to give everything a try first, and then they know what really suits them the best. So some of the other things that really help our students to transition into that, from that elementary model into that high school model, is that as Mr. Hughes explained earlier, we really have our own department. We really have our own area of the school for middle years. So that helps us to have a very close-knit community. The teachers are dedicated middle year staff, so we really know the students very well, and we get a chance to spend a lot of time with them. So I think all of these things really allow our students, even though it may seem scary for some to go to a school called high school right out of elementary, it really is its own unique experience, and we really do a variety of things to help them to transition out of elementary and then also be really prepared and ready as they get into grade 9 and on from there. So that's kind of it for me to tell you a little bit about how we do things in the middle years in the English program. I'm going to pass it on to Leanne Anderstedt, and she is going to talk to us a little bit about how the French Milieu program works.
Am I live? Oh, hello. There I am, for gosh sakes. For once, tech worked for me. Awesome. Merci de m'avoir invité chez vous. Thank you so much for inviting me into your homes, which is a different way to do stuff, but it doesn't matter because we're here to talk about the beauty of the French Milieu program here and the fact that it really is the best of two worlds. On the one hand, we're a wing. I like that better than a hallway. We're a wing in this magnificent complex here. So our students have the opportunity to do academics en français. Here in our wing, every teacher is bilingual. Every single one of us, we come from far and wide. We're from Côte d'Ivoire to Tunisia to France to Saskatchewan. I have to put it in because our kids, honestly, they're kids that are here. Their siblings are here too, right? So that's why I had to go the Go Rider, because you got to know that that's my team. So if you decide to come here, that's something you'll have to reflect on. But the beauty is that students here are going to hear accents from all over, right? So they're going to know cultural aspects of their teachers and from students from all across the city, because we're the only French milieu program in the Winnipeg School Division. So folks are coming from all over the city to come here. And I promise that we'll get to know them because we're one hallway/wing. So from the time they enter grade 7 until the time they leave us in grade 12, we're probably going to teach them more than once. And it just means that we get to know them. And it means we get to help them and that we get to understand how they work. And because we're such a small staff who speak French down here, we just help each other out. And I promise you we'll find a way. I will find a way for them to learn. And because we have the expertise of counselors in Collège Churchill High School, we have a really great working relationship with those amazing people upstairs as well, who can help help us along the way, shall we say. So I think it's just really important to recognize that 2/3 of their credits are in French language instruction. And I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, oh my gosh, physics grade 12 en français, or calculus en français, or filmography in French. How are they going to do it? And I'm just going to set your mind at ease and let you know they're going to do just fine. And so our students afterwards, after grade 12, I just want to let you know that they can move on to any university in Canada. So we've had folks go to Ottawa, they've gone to universities in Quebec, we've had a couple that have gone overseas and done just fine. So if that's the end goal, then they'll be just fine. And I just think it's awesome that you'll see grade 7s chumming around with grade 8s, and today there was a grade 8 student hanging out, much to the chagrin of his brother, with grade 10 friends. Grade 12s help out grade 7s with tutoring, and it's just, you'll feel it when you get down here. There really is a feeling of family and togetherness, wrapped up in a beautiful complex that allows them to participate in sports and clubs in English. So they really do have the best of both worlds, and I wouldn't still be here 17 years later if I didn't think it worked. I know it works. So I hope that you come, and I hope to see you, hopefully in the very near future. And I promise to deck myself out in green, probably for the first week or so, just so that you know I'm serious. But it's really my pleasure to pass the word over to Professor Sarah, who'll be talking to you a little bit more about performing arts and all the things beautiful in music.
Good evening. Thank you so much, Leanne. I just wanted to tap on to what Leanne said. The grade 7 program, when she was talking about how collaborative the environment is with grade 7s and 8s and 9s and onwards too. For band, this is so true because often our ensembles span more than one grade, and the mentorship and the relationship building in this building is incredible. It's my first year at Churchill, and I'm so excited to be teaching band and jazz band at the school. The school environment is incredible, and I'm so excited to meet your young person and you hopefully in September. I'm sorry this isn't in person. We would love it to be, but of course this is the way of the world right now. So I am going to experiment and see if I can share my screen for a minute. Fingers crossed. I just have a little, I hope you can see that. Okay, is that up? Beautiful, amazing. Okay, I'm gonna jump over here and I'm gonna minimize you, and here we go. Okay, so this is just a little sample schedule of performing arts. I took this from the grade 8s that I taught last trimester. So as has been mentioned before, in grade 7, the students get a chance to try out different performing arts. So for example, if they had band with me in September, October, November, then they might go to guitar next, or choir, or drama, visual art. So they get a chance to really try out everything in their grade 7 year, which is great because then as they go on, they can pick something that really suits their interests, suits their talents, and what they're more drawn to. For band, which I know more so because I'm the band teacher, these are some instruments. This is like the most common question for me that I get. What instruments can I try in grade 7? So these are the main ones. And then as you go along, there's the guitar class, which is open. And of course, all of these are open. You don't need any experience. Of course, we teach you everything you need to know when you get here. And guitar and drums, like percussion and things like that, as you go on in time. A lot of our students double and play in jazz band too. So this is just general concert band. Those are the options for grade 7. And then lots of people tend to go on and do a couple of different ensembles. So I'm just going to come back here for a moment. I think I'm going to sharing that. Yeah, so performing arts, they get a chance to try everything. We're so excited to welcome you to the Churchill community. The grade 8s and the upper year students and the staff are incredibly welcoming, as I can attest to as it being my first year here. But I know that I've found home because the staff and the students and everyone are so welcoming, and there are so many resources when students need something, either with their academics or their mental health. There are innumerable people that are around to help you and your young person. So I can't wait to meet you in September, and take care. Stay healthy, everybody. I forgot. I have to pass it on to Kyla Stewart, who is going to speak on behalf of Parent Council. So sorry, Kyla.
That's okay, Sarah. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kyla Stewart, and not only am I the proud parent of a grade 10 French immersion student here at Collège Churchill High School, but I also have the great privilege of being the current chair of our school's Parents Are Cool Club. Yes, we have a very active parent council here, and together we have been able to do some amazing things. We meet monthly to build and strengthen our relationships with the staff and the community, to find out what's going on at school, to contribute to discussions affecting our families and school communities, and to voice any concerns. Besides meeting monthly, the PAC also organizes and runs many amazing fundraisers throughout the school year, which in turn allow us to give back to making Collège Churchill High School a wonderful place to learn and grow. We truly appreciate that life is busy, but we encourage parental engagement when time permits, as we feel that parental involvement is a key measure in a student's success. But enough about PAC, that's not why you're here tonight. This school community welcomed our family 4 years ago when our daughter chose this school to be part of her next chapter after attending the open house in her grade 6 year. And truly, we couldn't be happier with her decision. Collège Churchill has been a wonderful place for her to learn and to grow, and has provided her with limitless possibilities. I am continuously amazed how year over year the team at Churchill comes up with new and creative ways to enrich, inspire, and engage the students, be it with a new class or a new club, even during a global pandemic. I mean, really, our 13-year-old daughter wakes up every single day excited to go to school. How lucky are we? We have an amazing team here at Collège Churchill who not only show up every day and give 110% to their students, but what I find most inspiring is how they show up every day for each other. It really is a team effort, and we have such a special school with big opportunities and an even bigger heart. As a parent, I know that some of your kiddos have some big decisions to make regarding their next chapter. Let's face it, there are lots of options out there. I know you have all logged on tonight to gain some insight into what this school is all about, and though I'm so sad that you won't be able to visit the school in person tonight to really get a feel, or rather getting an insider's look into my study, I'm so very happy that you've had the opportunity to have a virtual look around and to hear from some of the players. We truly have amazing students and an incredible staff, who I know will be able to answer some of your questions, but know that you're not alone. Every current parent of Collège has been where you are now, and we're more than happy to give you a parent's perspective should you have any questions for us. So please feel free to reach out either by email. Our email address is emailcollegepac@gmail.com, or in the comments section, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you might have for us. Otherwise, we wish you all the very best in this decision-making process and hope to welcome you to the Collège family next year.
Thank you, Kyla. My name's Georgia Wells, and I'm the vice principal here at College Churchill High School, one of the vice principals. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your evening to meet with us and to hear about our school. And I want to thank staff and Kyla for taking time to share some of the aspects of College Churchill High School that make it a unique learning opportunity with families tonight. At College Churchill High School, regular communication is important. We view it as a very important aspect of our school. So information is updated regularly on our website. So if there's any other information that you want, you could find it there. And teachers also email updates out to families regularly to inform them about upcoming units being studied and school news and events. Our middle years team also includes a guidance counselor and a resource or inclusion support teacher. Ms. Purvis is our resource teacher, and our guidance counselor is Ms. Choddiker. Although Ms. Choddiker couldn't be here tonight, she wanted you to know that every year the new students starting at Churchill are usually a little anxious about coming to a big high school. But within a week or so, she said they're settled in and are enjoying school. Ms. Choddiker is available as well as Ms. Purvis to help students as they adjust to the changes that come with starting high school and the transition from elementary school to the high school setting. Our dedicated staff see the importance of taking a team approach to student success, and we hope that you choose Churchill High School for your child. At this time, we invite you to type any questions that you have into the chat. If we're not able to answer any of those questions, we'll take note of it and get back to you.
All right, well, it's back to me for the questions. I just want to recognize and thank our staff for taking some time this evening to share some really important information regarding our school. I thought it was really important that you hear from them and their unique spots within the building. So at this time, we're going to just wait and see if there's any questions that come through. We have about 10 minutes for questions, and then, like I said, at 7:30, we will be moving on to discuss the Churchill Hockey Academy for middle years. And so that next presentation starts at 7:30, and we will go from there. Part of our plans, based on how restrictions go, of course, we're thinking that we will be making an opportunity available for people to book times to come into the school for a brief tour. We're just waiting for a little bit to see how the restrictions play out in the next couple of weeks, but we definitely will be setting that up, and that will be booked through the same way that you would have registered for this event, through our website, and you can there'll be times available for you to book. So we think that that's a really important aspect for families and for students to be able to come see the school. All right, so I'm going to see if there's any questions here. All right, first question that I see asks, how many students attend in total in our school? So like we've talked about, we do have two distinct programs, and actually I would call it three distinct programs. We have our middle years program, which has about 180 students in grades 7 and 8. Then we have our high school program in English, which is 330 students or so. And then we have our French program, which is 220 students approximately from grades 7 to 12. So in all, we're around 700, a little over 700 students in the building, which is a really nice number for a school of this size. We have a nice large campus with lots of space, which was really beneficial during COVID. We were able to spread out as much as we could and make use of that space. But the key things that came out through our presentation about teachers getting to know students, that's really the case here. And I'm not just talking about the classroom teachers, I'm talking about our guidance counselors, our support teachers, and even up to the administration. We try to be as visible as possible, and we do know many of the students and recognize them and know them by name. So that's really important aspect of our school. All right, question regarding instruments for grade 7. So I think Teacher Salim is answering this one, but I do believe that there is a process that is followed where they meet with the students and help them figure out based on their interests and the way that the interests that might be best for them, and they come up to an agreement with the students, and then they work toward each of those instruments. So I think Teacher Salim is going to answer that one as well as we go along. All right, going to keep going here. A question if this is a public school or privately funded school. So we are a public school. We are part of the Winnipeg School Division, and we, as part of the Winnipeg School Division, we are a public school for students to attend from our neighborhood. That's our priority, and then students from across our division and across Winnipeg can choose to come to our school. Extra programs, the unique programs like the hockey and the softball that we've talked about, those do have additional fees that are attached to them because they are programs that have extra requirements beyond the school curriculum. So there are fees attached to those that parents do pay to the school, and then we pay the fees for the arena or facility rentals, transportation out of that. The nice thing about our programs like that is they are low cost comparatively speaking to private run programs because we do have teachers, certified teachers supporting those programs, and we are not looking to make money at those. So it really helps out. When starting school in grade 7, are they always with their homeroom like in elementary, or are the classes mixed up throughout the day? It's kind of a hybrid between that. So we have students that would join, they may be at hockey for the start of the day, but by 11 o'clock, they're all back in their classroom. And as Ms. Arnold explained, they have one teacher for English and social studies and one for math and science, which really allows students to spend some time with the teachers. Teachers really get to know them. They get to do some cross-curricular work, prioritize maybe ELA more than social studies at certain times, and maybe social studies more than ELA at other times of the year. But it does really help transition from grade 6, where you have one teacher for most of the day, into grade 7, where you have a few teachers during the day. And by the time you get to high school, you could have up to 5 different teachers in a semester. So yeah, so it's kind of a hybrid of the two systems. So for registration, you can go onto our website under the registration tab, and all the documents that you need are there. If you're a Winnipeg School Division resident, you just need the Winnipeg School Division forms and the applicable documents. If you are living outside of the Winnipeg School Division, there are schools of choice forms that you also need to fill in. All those forms are there along with the cover sheets for the related grades. So for grade 7 as example, you'd be able to identify if you're interested in grade 7 English, grade 7 French Milieu, and then, or also if you're interested in some of the specialty programs like the Hockey Academy. So we do ask that you fill out all the forms as completely as possible before you send them in, and we really hope to get those as soon as possible so we have a good gauge on planning for next year. I'm going to take a couple of more questions. Oh, Teacher Salim has really got some good information in there. A really unique thing about our school division is that all students are provided with instruments. If you take part of band, there's no rental fees, which is a really nice perk, and we're able to allow all students to be part of that program. So Ms. Wells talked about communication, and one of the things that is really come up during the COVID times, as we would call them, is the importance of that communication and the partnership between parents and the school. So we use different forms to communicate. We use email quite regularly. School Messenger is frequently sent out, probably on a weekly basis. Individual teachers do send emails to their classrooms just with updates, general updates, but also specific issues related to a student. And we also use a program that is called Remind, which is available for students to use to be able to communicate with their teacher. It helps truly to remind students of the work that is due, but also gives them an avenue to ask questions if they need to. Parents are able to be involved with all of those communication pieces, and we have kept up with our virtual classrooms such as Google Classroom. We use Google Classrooms across the school to communicate and to post assignments for students who are away due to illness or for other reasons. So the question regarding grade 7 students interacting with older students, it's a good question, and it's something that parents are often wondering about. And I know Miss Arnold and Miss Anderstadt talked about that. A grade 7 to 12 school sounds very intimidating in some ways, but I can assure you, if you came and spent a day here, the older students, they want nothing to do with the younger students. And to be honest, having the older students around really helps to moderate grade 7 and 8 behavior. We often point to the older students to say, you don't see them running or acting silly in the hallways. That's what's expected of you as well within our building. So that really does help moderate it. And honestly, the older students are very well aware that the younger students are at a different place in their school and their life. And they sometimes look back and go, was I like that? But other than that, they honestly, they're a good influence on the younger students rather than a negative. And based on the size of our building, if there is concerns related to anything that might be seen as concerning as people spending time with younger students, we are right on top of that, and we make sure that that's dealt with right away. It isn't a big problem here. As I said, the older students do not have much interest in that. But it is a very, very important question, and I'm glad it was asked this evening. I think connected to that is just recognizing that school safety is something that we take very, very seriously here. We do our monthly fire drills, we do lockdown practices here, we do hold and secure practices here. It is a very safe environment. We're located off the beaten track, I would say. We're a block off of Osborne. So it's a very quiet area of the city. Long-standing residents here that are part of our community. And we do have connections with the community, and if there are any issues, they are the first to let us know what's going on. We have, at lunchtime, as an example, we have educational assistants that have additional hours to supervise the hallways and to just really support students, ensure there's adult presence around. So we do take that really seriously, and we work really closely with families if there are any concerns that come up. All right. Just reviewing here, I think, and watching our time a little bit, we do have some other questions that have come through, and we thank you for those, and we will get to those by email. But we just want to be aware of the timing and respect that our other event is going on, and respect the time of everyone that's been here for this event. So we really hope you've gotten a brief picture of our school. We're very proud of what we do here and the way that we support students. Student learning is #1 for all of our staff here at the building, and that comes through very clearly when you come into our building. We encourage you, if you have further questions, to reach out to our guidance counselors. You can send an email to churchill@wsd1.org, and that will get to the appropriate people. Registration forms can be sent into that email as well, or directly to our guidance team. And we'll do our best to answer any further questions. And we look forward to seeing people on tours over the next few weeks once we get that organized. So, but we do look forward to seeing people here and being able to give you a real tour of our school. But thank you very much for your time this evening. Thank you to our staff for coming out and sharing some information. And we'll talk to some of you in the next portion of our evening. So for those leaving, have a great rest of your evening. Stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.